Hello, y'all. Hope y'all are doing okay. I'm doing okay. Um, as best that I can do. As best as any of us can do. You know, when life throws us lemons, you make lemonade. Yeah, okay. Um, I'm a little nervous because at work we're having what's called an all hands meeting, and what that is basically the the owner of the plant that I work at. Um, he is basically just talking about the coming months and what's getting ready to happen in a few months. Yada yada. We've had like two or three, and in these little all hands meetings, every once in a while they have like a talent show or whatever. So this one coming up, they actually broadcast that they're having a talent show. They put up flyers and everything, and the first prize is like $50 gift card, second prize $25, and third prize is some other shit, a t-shirt or something. um and so I'm a little nervous because I actually signed up for the little talent show, and the song that I'm going to be singing a cappella is Demi Lovato's Stone Cold. Stone Cold, y'all know that song. Hopefully y'all do, but look it up. It's a very tough song to sing, and a lot of times, even though like I sing on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, a lot of times I get really like nervous, and my voice starts to crack a little bit. It starts to like go in and out slightly. I start to sweat. It's a mess. But usually, like once I get into the song, I'll be fine. But it's just starting off. It kind of like, it's rough. Plus, I'm singing a cappella, so they get to hear everything. But y'all, please just wish me the best. It's happening this Thursday, actually at 6:30 p.m. So I'll tell y'all about it later and how everything went. Okay. Anyway, let's get on to this Love and Hip Hop Atlanta review. Now, I did watch this Love and Hip. I did watch Love and Hip Hop Fix It Jesus. Okay, we're gonna take a break. Hold on. I did watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta twice. I didn't take any notes though, so let's see. Um, what the hell happened when it first started off? I'm just gonna like bounce all around and give moments. Okay. What was first was Scraps. Scrap with the hair was Scraps sentencing. And he went up there. KK was sharp as a tack, child, in her all black and her old nasty hat. That's one of the Clark sisters. KK was sharp as a tack. And there was some other folks that was there. I'm assuming maybe his aunts or cousins or whatever. His brother, of course, was there. Um, Scrap actually looks better without the hair to me. He cleaned up nicely. Now all he needs is a little proactive, and we'll be in business, my God. But anyway, he went up there. It was for trafficking, for having weed, and the maximum sentencing for that is 30 years. And so he was real nice to the judge. He was like, I hope caught the judge on a good day. He was like, I accept everything that I did. I was wrong, yada yada. I'm a good father, help the community, yada yada. The judge was like, look, I'll be as lenient as I can. So the judge said 20 years, and everybody gasped. And I was like, damn, 20 years? But then the judge was like, 5 years will be spent in confinement, and then the other 15 would be like a probation type of moment. And so it's just like, oh gosh, but still, it's a long time. So it was really sad. They was also showing all the three women in Scrappy's life, um, which is Tiara. They showed Tiara in this real fitted red dress. I guess she was going to a corporate job, going to work. And she and her four kids, and she was just like, look, I'm not gonna bash Scrappy. If he asks when he get older with his daddy, I'm just gonna be like, look, daddy made some bad decisions, but he's not a good bad person, yada yada. It's good to see Tiara kind of came around a little bit. Tiara is one beautiful woman. She is. Then they showed Tommy. She was brushing her teeth. She was just like, "Yeah, I drunk last night. I'm a drunk today. I'm a drink today, and all that other kind of stuff." But you know what? I hope Scrappy realized what he's done and accept what he's done, and hopefully, and he gonna miss me, and he's gonna realize what I was to him, and but I might not be available then. You'll be available, Tommy. And then they show Carly. Carly's really built funny. She has these little stick legs, and she has this huge inflated ass, but only one of them is like noticeable. I don't know. But anyway, but if Carly Red is actually 50 years old, Carly Red looks amazing to be 50. She really does. But she really needs to stop dotting and bopping if she is 50. Like, don't you think it's time to change? Like, to be a corporate bitch, like Sky would say on Black Ink Crew. Black Ink Crew, child. Ain't Black Ink Crew a mess? I actually watch Black Ink Crew, y'all. Almost every episode. I just never reviewed it. But it's really crazy on Black Ink Crew. It's just, it's drama. It's your son. It's nigga this, nigga that. They bleeping out every word. It's crusty lips. It's sidewalks. It's pavements. It's fighting. Like it's different color hairs. It's pure foolishness. Just ashiness out. It's just alcohol. Just alcohol and strippers. It's a freaking um, Cash Money video. I swear, it's a tip drip video. It's crazy, and tattoos, of course. Let's not forget tattoos. But anyway, um, so let's see. They have their whole moment, and yeah. So we cut over to Stevie J. Stevie J's still in the house with Mimi's ass. Mimi's not even worth talking about, but whatever. Goes over to Mimi house, and I mean, he stayed with Mimi. Y'all know Mimi broke up with Chris, short for Christina. And he over there, he got his robe on, walking, barefoot, and he happy to be home, yada yada. So it's this girl that's been saying that Stevie got two babies by her, or one of the baby mamas that they know of put on the blog saying she is the father of Stevie J's child. Mimi is determined to get to the bottom of it. I don't know why she even gives a fuck. But this is Mimi. Mimi will do anything for attention, anything, and that is so sad. So she's getting into Jocelyn and Stevie's business because Jocelyn came crying to her about the whole thing, and um about how she heard about this whole thing on the blogs, and he had two babies on me, yada yada, because Jocelyn and Mimi got cool all of a sudden. So they have that whole thing, and Mimi and Stevie taking a road trip to North Carolina to go see the girl. Long story short, with that whole situation, the shit ended up being a lie, a complete lie. The girl, she was just like, well, how else am I supposed to get Stevie J's attention? I actually have talent. You have to do what you got to do. Kim Kardashian sex tape, Mimi sex tape. Like she came for Mimi so hard, and I died laughing. It was so funny. Mimi, you'll never live that down, dear. Um, but that was a decision that you made, and whatever. So anyway, they had that whole thing. The lady sitting over there, child looking like somebody, an extra from a Tyler Perry movie, and I was just like, child. And Steve was just like, "Don't contact me again," and yada yada. And she was just like, "There is no baby," and this and that. It was funny. Okay, so let's see. So after the whole Stevie J Mimi thing, Jocelyn, she meets up with Dawn. Dawn and her Donna Summer wigs. Enough is enough is enough. And they're talking, and Jocelyn basically spills the tea that everything that she told Mimi was a lie. Stevie J don't have kids on the way. She's basically just getting back at Stevie J for all the things that he did to her. She was just like, Stevie don't have no kids on the way, and I'm just lying, and all them chicks are 50, and I'm just doing what I have to do. yada yada. She was just like, this just gonna be somebody else to go in his pocket. Once Mimi find this out, she gonna start taking. She basically wants Stevie J to be flat broke and down and out. I guess like she's been or was in her at one point in her life, whatever. But Jocelyn, you don't get anywhere by being evil to people. If people have did you wrong, you don't all of a sudden prosper by getting back at them. Like you getting back at them is not going to get you a blessing, my love. The best thing that you can do is just forgive them, not for them, for yourself, and just to move on and just be successful. You don't have to. That's why I don't get this whole K Michelle thing trying to get back at the girls and show them that she's accomplished this and that. They don't. That has nothing to. They're irrelevant at this point. Like you have nothing to prove to them, especially not to those girls. Like, and at the end of the day, you're trying to prove something to people that will never like you or never respect you, probably. So what's the point? Like, let it go. They can, see you on TV. They can see your success, their own self. Shit, Google the girl. So whatever. That's just how I feel. I don't feel the need to get back at people most of the time. I'm just like, whatever. It's just, you're out of my life, Michael Jackson. Bye. So anyway, it's just so much easier just to block somebody. It really is. Just on all social media and block their number. Just forget. It's just so much easier to forget that people never exist. It is. Until they crazy ass show up on your doorstep and trying to get in. Then that's another story. Then we have to get the law involved, and it's just moments, darling. We can't have that. But anyway, let's see. Mama D, she meets up with Betty Idol. Betty Idol, D. Smith friend, Betty Idol who got beat up by Tammy Rivera. And she's in the studio with her no dancing ass. Mama D heard about the whole thing with Betty Idol and Scrappy being together and working together. And she's definitely trying to promote that. Mama D talking about she can sing and this. I'm gonna Google Betty Idol and hear. Mm-mm. It's early. Y'all ain't been to sleep in hours. Okay, I'm gonna Google Betty Idol and I'm gonna see what them vocal cords do. But whatever, we'll see. So they have that scene. Mama D's basically was like, "Child, back in my pimping days, you would have been the one," and stuff. And she and Betty Ida was just like, "Yeah." Scrap and I was cool, but with some issues with Bambi, and Mama D was like, the Bambi. She was like, I told him to shoot the deer, and she starts going on her rant. Mama D, she's hilarious. I laugh. I definitely laugh. And but Betty Otter was like, the main reason why I'm not fucking with Scrappy no more, professionally or personally, is because of his comments that he made on transgendered women. And basically, what Scrappy said was that he's gonna need a baby picture from these girls or whatever, because a lot of these girls are fooling these guys that they are really women when they're actually men, as he says, dudes with penises and wigs on, and he gonna need baby pictures and receipts or whatever. I guess one of his homeboys that got tricked by a good old chick with the dick, and it had that whole moment. But it was just like it was a really stupid thing to say, but whatever. So Mama D was just like, no, the palace is in shambles, and I'm gonna have to talk to him, and yada yada yada. So Mama D, she ends up talking to Scrappy. She was like, I didn't raise you to judge people, and he was like, you did raise me to judge people, and which she did. And not talking about this situation, but just I believe it. Mama D crazy. And he was just like, look, I'm not, this not no bullying tip or nothing like that. I'm not trying to comfort people, but I just gave my opinion on this and that. And so Mama D was just like, look, you need to work with Betty Idol and, get that money, get this guap and all that good stuff. And Scrappy was just like, okay, whatever, whatever. Um, let's see. Rashida, she meets up with who the hell is Rashida meet up with? Rashida meets up with Mimi, and she's concerned about her friend. She's concerned about Mimi, and while she's back talking to Stevie J and getting into all the Stevie J and Jocelyn foolishness, which is the same question that anybody else, well, whatever. I'm just gonna stop trying to figure out Mimi. There's no point. It's too late in the game. And Rashida was just like, "This is fucking crazy. Like, how can you do this and that? Yada yada." And Mimi was just like, Jocelyn came to me in tears, and I just wanted to help. And Rashida was just like, "This ain't none of your drama. This ain't none of your business. Mind your business. Keep getting your coins off your sex tape. Keep squeezing them titties together in them confessionals. Raise your daughter and shut the hell up." So Rashida showed Mimi a picture of Jocelyn, and Ricky Rose and all that stuff. His hand was on Ricky Rose, Rick Ross. His hand was on Jocelyn's thigh, whatever, real close to that cootie cat that she's stingy of. Mimi made that little joke that was funny. So Stevie J, Mimi was like, Stevie's gonna flip and yada yada. Mimi's always gonna have feelings for Stevie on the low. I guess when you've known somebody for so long and had a baby by them, there's always gonna be a connection there, whether it's the right connection or the wrong connection. Stevie J, he be cracking me up on these because he's such a dick and he knows it. But like it's little shit that he do, he flirts with everybody. It's just so funny. Like he Stevie J is hilarious. He really is. He ain't shit, and it's just funny because people know he ain't shit, but they still put up with him. It's just this is mental issues going around. But anyway, let's see. My back hurts. Um, so Scrappy meets up with Scrappy's performing his new song that's going to iTunes and going to the trap house and going right back to him. He was performing at some club. Bobby Valentino's little short ass right beside him doing nothing. Just being the hype man. It's such a shame. Bobby, you had a hit single. What the hell happened to Bobby V, y'all? I think he was just too short. He started feeling himself. There's no need. Um, but anyway, they had their whole moment. Betty ends up inviting D. Smith to the whole little function. They sit down, and Scrappy was just like, I had a conversation with Mama D, and I see Betty. I knew she was coming. Glad to see her, but I didn't know that she was bringing her friend D. Smith. So they sit down, and Betty, I was just like, "Hey, boo, I like the song, yada yada, but I just really want to talk to you about your video that you made." And Scrappy was just like, in his confessionals, he was just like, "I feel like this is a setup. Like I didn't really want to discuss this as a man and my grown man feelings and this and that." So D Smith is when she decides to jump in. D Smith is really aggressive. She comes off like wrong, and she has really bad timing with stuff. Like she immediately like claws her out instantly when it comes to people and people's opinions, whether it's wrong or not, whether you agree with it or not. It's just like she starts it off wrong, and then of course it just ends wrong all the time. And then people instantly on 10 because she's on 10 immediately, whether she know them or not. And it's just like, girl, just chill out. But she was just like, yeah, your comments and this and that. Why would you ask for baby pictures? And Scrappy was just like, it's just a whole bunch of girls out here claiming to be real girls, and they're not. And they need to do that. And D Smith was like, also, there's a lot of people out here that is acting like they're not into trans women when they actually are. And they just be trying to play trans women, and when it comes out that they have been with a woman, they try to act like they ain't know it was a woman and this and that. And Scrappy was just like, yeah, that's it too, and maybe I'll put a video out about that. And D Smith was like, maybe we should do it together. Scrappy was like, hell no, this and that. I think that Scrappy's a good guy, person, in my opinion. But D Smith, she was just like, I don't agree with what Scrappy says. I don't agree with Scrappy's opinion, but I'm just glad that he has an opinion. Which is a shade and basically saying that, I'm glad that he has something to say, that he's not stupid or whatever, that, he is aware of people, other people that's totally different from him and all that kind of stuff. Just a shady ass comment. It's never too late or early for a queen to catch shade. It's really not. Um, and she was just like, we just have a long way to go, disrespecting gays and hip hop, disrespecting hip hop artists, disrespecting gays and transgender people and all that kind of stuff has been happening constantly. I was like, yeah, it's been like that way since the beginning of time. But D Smith, she don't know how to have a conversation with nobody. She don't know how to bring up a topic without being defensive and rude and shady, and so therefore it doesn't go anywhere. It's never going to be productive. You have to change your strategy. You have to change your way that you go into situations to get some kind of result to where everybody's at least at peace and has a clear understanding of each other. Does that make sense? I don't think she knows how to do that, and she wears me out. But this episode, I can't say she was not as messy as she has been lately. So you know, whatever. I want to support everybody. I really do. Anybody, everybody, whether they're in my community or not. But she makes it hard. And Betty Idol, I never liked Betty Idol, but I do respect the fact that she stands by her friend, which is D Smith. I do respect that. If she's not loyal to nobody else, if she's not nice to anybody else, she's nice to her girl, D Smith, and which I can appreciate that. As far as just being a good friend in general. Ooh, nothing quenched your thirst quite like water. Nothing really would do it like water. Not lemonade, not tea, not alcohol, of course. Not juice, not sodas, whatever. Just pure water will always. It's just a spot right here in your throat that you have to hit. Anyway, nothing would do it. Is that pretty much it? Okay, there was a Stevie J had went on the radio with Jay Nix. I believe that's his name. Jay Nix. R Nix. It's some shit. It's just the twisted looking little fat face guy who was who ended up liking Tiara because he'd been knowing Tiara. When they had when he was begging Tiara to have Scrap to um watch his son or be with the kids on Father Day. Y'all know the guy. He hung with when they went paintballing. It was him, Kirk, Scrappy, Stevie J, Scrap the Dillion, and all that. Y'all know him. But anyway, he has his own radio show apparently. Well, I don't think it's his, but he's like a co-host with a guy, whatever. Um, so they're talking Stevie J on the radio. They basically ask Stevie J questions. How are you and Jocelyn? Stevie J shooting the shit and beating around the bush. He was just like, "We cool. We're not together. I'm loving myself." Yada yada. Stevie J's working with this lady named Miss Robinson, and they're having their whole moment. And apparently it's just business. Whatever. It's never just business with Stevie J. He's a crook. Um, but he's funny. You know what? At Stevie J's core, I feel like he's a good person, but he been doing shit for so long. Why change now? But anyway, and the guy asked Stevie J, was him and Jocelyn ever married? It was just like no. So it's just like wow. But who's shocked by that information? And then I think the episode pretty much went off. Weird fucking weird ending, right, guys? Okay. So yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I think I talked about everything. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little tired. I'm a little worn out, but I wanted to get this video out for the people. My God, for y'all lovely subscribers. Um, thank y'all so much. For y'all who just continue to watch me, who like my videos, who comment, I really appreciate that. My channel's not as big as a lot of people, but I don't even care. Like I'm comfortable, and I adore y'all. You know, I really, really do. Y'all rock, all of y'all. Um, so anyway, I am Mr. Chalaki, Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at It's King's World on Twitter and Instagram, at It's King's World 89 on Snapchat. Chase King was on Facebook. Like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever you feel like doing. All those moments. And I'll talk to you guys later, soon. Please wish me the best of luck on the thing. Darling, I'm so nervous. I really am. I don't know the best way to get over like nerves, but I guess it's just you just have to like get over it and do stuff. And I'm normally like in general, I'm kind of like a shy person, but or at least reserved off to myself. But when these things when certain things like this happen, when I get to show, you know, my talent or whatever, I jump for it. And it's just crazy. I just completely switch. I get these random bursts of energy of courage out of nowhere, and you know, it just I don't know, whatever. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye.